talk about religion and public life, Dr. Lewis Baldwin. Dr. Lewis Baldwin is in the Department of Religious Studies at Vanderbilt University. And of course, Dr. Baldwin, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
And of course, Dr. Baldwin, to talk about the role of religion in public life, I think is to simply talk about a very, very important topic today, because if there's anything that is important in American public life today, it certainly has to do with war and religions and other things. And so let's have you to not only talk about that, but let's start off by having you to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the other things that were important in your life. And at the same time, Dr. Baldwin, remembering that you've been with us at least 15 times prior to this, but there might be somebody who might not know Dr. Lewis V. Baldwin.
That's
so let's talk about it from that
perspective.
perspective.
I grew up in a little town called Camden, Alabama, the Black Belt, Wilcox County. I finished high school there in 1967, Camden Academy High School. I then matriculated at Talladega College in Talladega, Alabama. And I received a BA in history in 1971 from Talladega. And from there, I went to Crozer Theological Seminary, which by 1971 had relocated, had moved rather from Chester, Pennsylvania to Rochester, New York. And I received the MA in Black Church Studies in 1973, the MDiv, or the Master of Divinity in Theology, 1975. And from there to Northwestern University, where I pursued the PhD in the history of religions, receiving that particular degree in 1980. And I have deep roots in the church, and much of my life has been devoted to teaching, as you well know, and also scholarship on the church and the role of the church in public life, which is the topic that we are dealing with today.
Very good. And of course, Dr. Baldwin, let's look at the role of the church in public life. And I think the best way to do that is to simply allow you as an historian, really, and might we also add that a very, very eminent historian, as is reflected in your other works.
Thank you.
But let's look at it from an historical point of view and talk about the importance of religion with the establishment of the 13 original North American colonies. From that point on to move forward.
Yeah, I think it's important